Hello everybody, and welcome to another Vintage Cube draft. This pack is medium. It's not super exciting, but there's a couple cards that are first pickable. You can first pick Animate Dead. It's a really solid combo card in the Reanimator deck. One of the best enablers there. There's also Dismember, which is a very flexible removal spell that goes into any deck. I think either of these green 1-mana creatures are first pickable. Maybe Baleful Strix, and then there's Hallowed Fountain. And if you know me, you know I like my lands, I like my blue-white decks. I think Hallowed Fountain is probably the pick here. Leaves us very open. Okay, now we have Watery Grave to set up an Esper mana base, Shark Typhoon, a couple pretty good red cards, Xander's Lounge. I think I'm going to take the Watery Grave, though. It doesn't let us play red, so in that sense it's worse than Xander's Lounge, but I think having the untapped fetchable lands is important in a lot of matchups. Yeah, we'll do this. Alright, now we get, Verdant Catacombs versus Thoughtseize. I think Thoughtseize is actually too good here. I love Verdant Catacombs. It's a good piece of fixing that can get Watery Grave and might be able to get white later too, but Thoughtseize is just too good to pass here. It's really, really strong interaction. Okay, there's a Necromancy, but I think I'm taking Preordain. I don't really want to commit to Reanimator. We pass the Animate Dead. If Animate Dead wheels, we can move in. But I think I would rather just take good cards that leave us a little bit more open, and then we can still go into Reanimator later if it's super open, or else just be Esper Control, or potentially Storm. There's a lot of different directions we can go from here if we take Preordain. Okay, I think we just take Inquisition of Kozilek now. Lingering Souls is good. Hopefully that comes around if we're playing Esper, but I think we take the Inquisition. It's great to have this cheap interaction. Wow, now we see all the combo-y things. Yawgmoth's Will and Brain Freeze. I think we take the Yawgmoth's Will here. We may or may not be storming, but we definitely could. And Yawgmoth's Will is also a fine value play with some of these cards. Yeah, we'll take that. Brain Freeze probably won't wheel, so that dissuades us slightly from going fully into Storm. But I still think Yawgmoth's Will is a good pick up there. There's a lot of different directions we could go. White does not look particularly open, so we may or may not end up getting value out of that first pick, Hallowed Fountain, but I'm feeling pretty good about the Watery Grave. Alright, it looks like Storm is the open lane. Mind's Desire, Memory Jar, and Baral are all good in Storm. I'm a little tempted to take the Mind's Desire here, I think. It's not the best, but it is pretty good if we get a little bit of fast mana. Baral is also solid, but yeah, I'm going to take the Mind's Desire here. Okay, now we have Vampiric Tutor versus Arid Mesa. Arid Mesa can't get black, and we have no blue yet, so I think Vampiric Tutor is the pick. Yeah, we'll take this card. So right now we have no real way to win, but we have good enablers, and so there's a few different directions we could go. One is we could get a couple pieces of fast mana. Black Lotus would be the best. Lion's Eye Diamond would also be quite good. Dark Ritual would be good. We could also find like High Tide type stuff with Frantic Search, and now we do have to decide if we want Frantic Search or Baleful Strix. I think we take the Search here. It's so good with Yawgmoth's Will. I love Strix, and it's like a really late gold card in our colors. But I still think Frantic Search, if we are storming, which it looks like we will be doing, is too important here. Okay, Xander's Lounge came around. There's Fatal Push, Incinerate, which are nice too, but I think we take the Xander's Lounge. Alright, blue-black is open. Emery could get there, but it's not there yet. Let's just solidify the blue-black mana. Okay, this is our first kind of brick of a pack, but we might be playing red, so I will take the Blackleaf Cliffs. Red looks pretty open. I think blue, black, and red are the three most open colors here. Now we can take Timeless Lotus or Past in Flames. I think I'll take the Past in Flames. And then there's Goblin Electromancer, which is actually pretty good here, potentially. Alright, so we're solidly Storm, but we didn't get the Brain Freeze. So We need to either find like a big Eldrazi to mine's Desire into, or we could potentially find Tendrils of Agony to win with that. It is too bad we didn't get the Brain Freeze, but it was in the same pack as Yawgmoth's Will, and I think Yawgmoth's Will is more important. Okay, not a super good pack here to start, but it's not bad. We could take Fable of the Mirror Breaker, which is the most powerful card. Could also take Infernal Grasp or Brainstorm. I think I'll take the Fable here, though. That means we're basically committing to being red, but I already think we want to be red anyways, and this card is great. It draws cards and fills our graveyard for Yawgmoth's Will. It creates multiple bodies. It can generate mana. Just a really solid card. Okay, there's Manamorphose, which is really good with Goblin Electromancer. Dark Confidant could be good too. There's Cryptic Command, Spellseeker, but I think I'm just going to take the Manamorphose. This is a card that sometimes goes pretty late, but it's not bad. Like a red deck that has Goblin Electromancer, or that has Grim Lavamancer and Dragon's Rage Channeler or something like that could take this card. Yeah, I'll take the Manamorphose. Ooh, High Tide, Counterspell, and Lion's Eye Diamond, and Dragon's Rage Chandler. Why are they all together? I think we need to take LED here with Yawgmoth's Will. That's really, really good. It might come around, but I think it's too important to pass. And we're not really a High Tide deck. We might be able to play it, but we're pretty heavy black and red, so we're not going to be able to play Mono Islands. There's Bolus's Citadel, which will be good if we find Tinker. There's also Burgi, which can make a lot of mana, and then like some good card draw. Faithless Looting is probably the strongest card. I think I'm taking the Looting here. Close pick, but I really like Faithless Looting. Nice. Dark Ritual, great late pickup. I guess it's not super late for this card, but still happy to see it. Ancestral Vision could be good. Fury could be good, but yeah, let's take the fast mana. So we still don't have a way to win yet. Again, losing that Brain Freeze hurts, but we have plenty of time. We could potentially try to win with that terrible 5-mana Storm card. We could also take Tendrils, or we could just find like Emrakul or something. Mind's Desire into Emrakul is a totally fine plan as well. We're actually much heavier red-black than blue at this point. Interesting. Okay, so Remand is good. But I think we need to take Underground Sea here. Seasoned Pyromancer is also good, but yeah, this is really important for the mana. Especially if High Tide comes around, but either way. Yeah, we'll take this. Okay, there's a Chain Lightning. There's a couple good removal spells here. Could just take... I mean, the lands don't really help. We could take Glorybringer as a backup plan, but I think I'd rather take one of these removal spells. So then the question becomes which one, and I think the answer is Chain Lightning, because it can double as a way to burn them out. Like, another way we could win potentially is getting Thousand Year Storm, and then just copying Chain Lightning a bunch of times. Not my typical deck here, but it is the open lane. Just gotta find one Tendrils. One Tendrils would go a long way here. Okay, not bad. We'll take a Spell Pierce. Corrosive Portal could be good too, but I think Spell Pierce is a bit better. A lot of 1-mana spells in this deck, which is a good place to be. Right now, what are we normally going to be Vampiric Tutoring for? I guess Yawgmoth's Will. It's bad that we don't have a Draw 7 yet. So Wheel of Fortune, Echo of Eons, Time Twister would all be really valuable cards for us. We did already pass the Memory Jar, which would also be nice. Okay, we'll take a Brainstorm. Spellseeker seems pretty good here. I don't think we're going to be a Cryptic Command deck, and Spellseeker can find a lot of stuff. It can find Vampiric Tutor if we need to find something bigger. It can find Manamorphosed, Removal, Thoughtseize. Yeah. Ooh, High Tide and Chandler both came around. Interesting. I think we take the High Tide. Chandler is great, though. Maybe Chandler's better, actually, in this deck. Spellseeker can find High Tide, and we have Frantic Search. No, I think High Tide's better, but it's really, really close. All right, now we get Chart a Course or Bergie. I think I actually like Bergie more for this deck. It can make mana or be a source of card draw. Now we'll take Tezzeret. Whoa. Seasoned Pyromancer, good pickup. Last pick Elspeth, okay. So a lot of different options here. We're going to end up making a lot of cuts. Good place to be. All right, so I'm actually at the point where our win condition is a very high priority. But for this pack, we're just going to take Prismatic Vista. Consider would be fine. Upheaval would be maybe good. But yeah, let's take the Vista. Now we see Expressive Iteration. That's great. I also like Sheldock Isle and Muldrifter, but I think Iteration is too good to pass. Burst Lightning is also fine, but yeah, let's take the Iteration. Ooh, Dak Faden. That's great. We'll take that. Gush could be good. This would be a good Ledger Shredder deck, but yeah, we'll take the deck. It's still possible we end up just cutting a lot of the Storm stuff if we don't get a good win condition with it. I would like to be able to make that work, but if we don't find a way to actually translate our Storm stuff into a win, then I don't want to just have a bunch of random cards in my deck. Okay, take Hero's Downfall. I think we take Dig, though. Actually, Dig looks great in this deck. We have a really low curve. Yeah, I'll take Dig through time. The problem is, though, if we're not storming, we just don't. We have a pretty anemic control plan. We just don't really have win conditions. Like, I mean, we could get some wins with Fable and Seasoned Pyromancer. Like, discard into that seems fine, I guess. But yeah, we really want the Storm stuff to be able to work. And by the Storm stuff, I mean High Tide, Lion's Eye Diamond, Mind's Desire, Past in Flames, Yawgmoth's Will. These are all the cards that are like basically unplayable if we're not storming. All the rest of these cards are fine. I guess like Vampiric Tutor and Dark Ritual and Goblin Electromancer are all kind of weak. Whoa, okay, great pack, great pack. There's a bunch of different draw sevens. Underworld Breach would be really strong. Factor Fiction would be good. Kolaghan's Command. But it's going to be one of the two draw sevens. Which is better, Echo or Wheel of Fortune? Echo is better with Lion's Eye Diamond. Wheel of Fortune is better with Yawgmoth's Will. I think Echo is a little bit better for us. Close pick, though. Okay, there's Tinker, but unfortunately we passed the Bolus's Citadel. I think we take Night's Whisper. We're really getting to the last chances, though, to find a storm win condition, and I don't think we're going to get there. So what's our backup plan? There's like a Badlands, but we need to be able to win the game, because okay, let's cut this. We could just do so much storm stuff, but then just storm into nothing. I guess I'll just take Mirror Battlesphere here because we need some way to actually win the game. Yes! Oh my goodness. Tendrils just in the nick of time. Okay, that really brings this deck together. Now I wish that we had taken the land in the last pack, but that's fine. Oh, that's such a relief. Okay, I don't think we're playing any of these. Could play Burst Lightning out of the board. Ledger Shredder? We'll play... Actually, Gush or Ledger Shredder? Let's play Ledger Shredder. Wow, I can't believe we got there just in the nick of time. So, what are the cuts here? I think we'll cut Bergie, Seasoned Pyromancer. I do think Mind's Desire is decent. Maybe we cut Chain Lightning. Then we have no removal, but I think that's fine. We just try to combo kill them. Underworld Breach Wield! Oh my goodness. Okay, that's great. Really good with Frantic Search in particular. What are the cuts here? There's a late Desperate Ritual. I think we're not going to main deck that, but that's, I mean, it shows that this deck is open. I think we could play 16 lands with this deck. Maybe we just don't play the Electromancer. It's good with Night's Whisper. It's good with Manamorphose, but it's bad with most of our other stuff. Yeah, let's cut that. Like this. That seems reasonable. So there's one, we should have had one Badlands. We took a Mirror Battlesphere because I thought we just needed like a card that could win the game. But then we got the Tendril, so I wish we had taken the Badlands, but still, I think this deck is really good. We can play 16 lands with a pretty low curve. Let's sort by color. So 11 blue, 7 black, 6 red. And we also have High Tide. So we want to be pretty heavy on the islands. If we did this, add one more, 6th island. This gives us 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blue sources. That's solid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 black sources. That seems like that's enough. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red. I'm fine with that too. We never need double red. Yeah, we'll run it like this. This deck seems sweet. Some Grixis Storm. I don't do a lot of Storm, but it was very open, and I think this deck really got there, actually. We'll be bad against, like, Hyper Aggro. If we play against turn 1 Plains, Mox, Pearl, Thalia, we'll lose the game. But we'll crush control. We'll crush mid-range. Yeah, I think this deck is very capable of getting a trophy. See you in round 1. Alright, here we are for round 1, playing against Tap Your Mana. We're on the play with Grixis Storm. And, yeah, I'll keep this hand. It's a little bit heavy on mana sources, but we have all our colors. We can just develop. Hopefully, like, can scare the opponent with our blue mana into thinking that they want to be playing Drago. Oh, no. That just sucks. First round, instant Swift Spear. Okay, Lion's Eye Diamond Breach is a nice combo. Do we want to play Metamorphose or just pass? I think I'm going to wait for a bit. Definitely sad to see turn 1 Swift Spear, though. If we had time to set up, this hand could probably kill pretty consistently by turn like 4 or 5. Or at least turn 5, but now we're going to have to rush a bit. We need to find some card draw, Expressive Iteration, something like that. Okay, they passed. That's great news. We're going to play Island and pass and cycle this Xander's Lounge end of turn. And the Prismatic Vista is an extra card in the graveyard, which is good with Underworld Breach. But it's also going to require us to pay life, which I don't love. Goblin Guide, okay. Don't hate that. Do they bolt us? They don't, so we just take 3. If they just pass here, this is a pretty slow start. Dak Fade, okay. That's probably going to die here, but it will soak up some damage and fill our graveyard first. Interesting. Is Underworld Breach or Yawgmoth's Will better? Probably... Well, actually, I think we want both. And I don't think we need Vampiric Tutor here, so let's just discard these 2. Pass with Spell Pierce up. And then what we're going to do is play Lion's Eye Diamond, then play Yawgmoth's Will, and with that on the stack, sack LED, and then we can play Underworld Breach from our graveyard. But again, we're going to wait. Ideally, we don't do that yet. We want to just wait as long as possible so we have as full of a graveyard as possible. So it's a kind of interesting calculation. Every time we pass back to the opponent, we're accepting some risk of dying. I think it's really low when we're at 15, but they could definitely get there. Okay, they hit the Dak Faden for 2. And then swing for 4. Or hit Dak for 2, us for 2. Okay, flipping another island is good. We have Spell Pierce at the ready in case they try to play anything non-creature. Okay, just drawing more lands is not great, but I think we can afford to wait one more turn at the least. And each extra land we get in play and each extra draw step we get is just making it a little bit more likely that we'll be able to pull it off. Incinerate our face. Okay, I think I'll just Spell Pierce this. I don't think it's likely that Spell Pierce will get much better than this. And again, we're planning on discarding our hand to Lion's Eye Diamond, so all these cards are going to end up in the graveyard pretty soon either way. If they just swing for 3 and pass, we could maybe wait one more turn, but if they do pretty much anything else, we're going to need to make a move. Okay, they play Manamorphose, that's fine. Okay, Gruul Signet's a kind of weird one. And they're making another play, Layla. Okay, given the Layla... Before that, I think we could have taken another untap step, but now we're going to need to go for it. So, hopefully we get one last land. No, Mind's Desire. Okay, that's actually pretty good here, I think. So we'll untap. Let's play Manamorphose to add red-blue. Actually, I think we're going to go red-red. No, red-blue. Okay, do we want to wait one more turn or go for it now? I think we need to go for it now. So let's go Island. Lion's Eye Diamond. I guess, okay, so what's the benefit of playing Yawgmoth's Will? It means we can cast some of the cards without exiling 3 things from the graveyard. I think that's worth it. So we'll go for the Yawgmoth's Will. And then I'm going to make red mana, I think, with the LED. So we can flashback Manamorphose. Okay, so right now we can play things without having to exile 3. So let's start with LED, crack it for blue. Then we'll play Manamorphose. Let's see, do we want to play Vampiric Tutor and find... so we need to decide if we want to try to Mind's Desire into Tendrils or if we want to try and hardcast Tendrils. So Storm is 4 right now. We have 7, 8, 9 mana. We could play Vampiric Tutor, put Storm to 5, have 8 mana left. Manamorphose, Storm goes to 6, draw the Tendrils. And that keeps us the same at 8 mana. Then we can play Breach. No, then we can play Mind's Desire and hope to hit either Dark Ritual or Frantic Search. No, I think that's not worth it. We can also Spellseeker for High Tide here. High Tide would add 2 mana, so that would net cost us 2 mana. But if we find Frantic Search, it's better. We could also find Dark Ritual, which does the same thing. We could also play Underworld Breach and play Manamorphose multiple times. Yeah, I think what we need to do is start with Vampiric Tutor. So one option is to get Frantic Search. I don't think we can get quite to a Lethal Tendrils this turn. Storm is 5, then we can play Manamorphose to 6, Spellseeker. Maybe we can. Yeah, I think, okay. I didn't actually do the math perfectly here. I think we can kill with Tendrils by going Manamorphose, adding black, drawing Tendrils. Then we play Spellseeker. Grab Dark Ritual. Cast the Ritual. Storm is 8. Then we can play Underworld Breach. But we're going to counter our own Underworld Breach. No. And then Tendrils you. Wow. We got there. Storm count 11 on turn 6. At 3 life, just in the nick of time. No! Oh my goodness. That's tragic. We had the lethal thing, but the Vampiric Tutor costing us 2 life meant that they were able to kill us. That's actually hilarious and so sad. We maybe could have won without it by going for Mind's Desire, but then we would just have like a 50% chance of hitting something. Oh, that sucks. We did the whole thing. We had 22 damage on the stack. Man, okay. It's so sad that our first matchup is against Monored. What do we want to change? We could bring in some burn spells to slow them down. We could bring in Seasoned Pyromancer. Maybe we cut Night's Whisper. Bring in a burn spell over maybe Thoughtseize. All the stuff that costs life just becomes worse. Oh, that's so frustrating. We did the whole Storm thing. We found a cool line. Yawgmoth's Will, Lion's Eye Diamond, Storm count 11. And then they just had one burn spell to kill us. You know, I think I'll actually cut Mind's Desire also for Chain Lightning here. Just go a little lower to the ground, a little bit more able to interact. I think we'll be able to win fine without the Mind's Desire. Oh, okay. Well, so here we are for game 2, but I just realized I think we could have actually won. I just didn't even focus on the fact that we were in burn range. I was like, we're a 5, don't need to worry about this. But we didn't need to Spell Pierce our own thing there. We had exactly lethal with Tendrils before that. So we could have held up Spell Pierce and countered their Fire Blast. So we just blundered that away. That is unfortunate, but we can make up for it by winning games 2 and 3. All right, this is a keep. Are we firing off a looting on turn 1? I don't think so. We'll pass with Spell Pierce up. Okay, happy to see no play from the opponent. Alright, I was going to play the looting, but if we're drawing a tapped land, then we can just get that into play. Signet Magda. Okay. Good draw. So let's go Manamorphose to fix for double red and then place the Seasoned Pyromancer. And we'll discard Faithless Looting plus Spell Pierce, I think. Okay, drawing a bunch of lands there is not ideal, but it's fine. We'll probably be cycling the Xander's Lounge now. But I like that we have a good board presence. This is going to make it a lot hard. Like, it'll just buy us a lot more time, probably. We can also flashback the looting to fill the graveyard with more lands. Again, we want the graveyard to be as big as possible for when we play either Yawgmoth's Will or Underworld Breach. We'll see if they do swing in. Nope, and no play. That's great news. And Fable's a great draw. Okay, given that we drew Fable, I'm actually just going to play this tapped land because we can use Fable to cycle away excess islands. And I like having access to card draw that is not, or islands that can also, that are blue islands for high tide that can also make other colors. All right, I'll attack with these two. I'm fine trading either one of these for the Magda. We still have multiple blockers back. We could win without even storming, or at the very least, this means that we need a smaller tendrils for the win. Okay, Magda trades with the Seasoned Pyromancer. We still have a pretty good board presence. Our opponent has had a very slow start, and we've been able to play to the board quite well for this deck, so if we can't win this game, we can just never win this matchup. I'm feeling pretty good about this one, but then it could be a little tougher when we're on the draw for game 3. Maybe we bring Thoughtseize back in. We'll see. Chandra, Torch of Defiance. Okay, we can just kill that. Oh, they're adding mana and playing Bloodthirsty Adversary. Okay. We can still kill the Chandra. Alright, I'm happy we drew land because I do want to play an island this turn, but I don't want to keep extras. Okay. Interesting. Let's just kill this Chandra. So we send everything there. They can trade Bloodthirsty Adversary with a Goblin Shaman if they want to, but Chandra still takes 5. Right? We'll pass back to ourselves. And then we could potentially, I mean, I think there's a reasonable chance we could kill them next turn if we went for it. But I think there's no need to go for it yet, so we can just wait a little bit longer. Skinboo? No, Hellrider, okay. So they can hit us back for some damage. Interesting, okay. Do we go for it this turn or wait one more turn first? I think they're pretty unlikely to be able to kill us. We do have a lot of mana. One option is to do a mini storm. Like we could just go Ritual, High Tide, Tendrils, and hit them for 6, and then try to kill them with Yawgmoth's Will the turn after. But it might be better just to go for it now fully. We can make a lot of mana. Okay, let's start by hitting them for 4. And then I think we are going to Tendril them this turn. Especially with Echo of Eons, we can like rebuild fairly well. So let's go Dark Ritual, High Tide, Tendrils. So we can play Tendrils, then play High Tide with only 1 mana up though. No, so I think we actually can't play Tendrils yet. I think we need to play Yawgmoth's Will first. So we'll play the Will. Flashback, High Tide. Oh, we haven't even played a land yet. That's great. We'll play Island. Play Dark Ritual. Manamorphose. To turn red, blue into red, red. Then we'll play Faithless Looting. Then we will Tendrils them for lethal. Do we want to do anything else first? I guess I will dig through time. We'll grab Burst Lightning plus Expressive Iteration. And then Tendril them. And this is plenty more than lethal. Alright, turn 6 again. That one was not too challenging. So we're able to kill them with some Storm. This should have been, I guess we would have been, hard to say. Like, if we were on the draw that game, maybe it could have been different. But we win pretty easily there. Go into game 3. On the draw against Monored is worst case scenario. I think I still like the Thoughtseize, though. It will deal us 2 damage, but it's likely to prevent more than 2 damage when we're on the draw. Do we just cut the Echo? Like, all this stuff, like Echo and Mind's Desire, is really expensive, and I think we just need to be faster than that. Yeah, I think we just want to be really low to the ground. We'll run it back like this. Still not playing Night's Whisper. Okay. Solid hand. We have turn 1 Thoughtseize. If they have a turn 1 creature, it'll be bad. But if they don't have a turn 1 creature and we can Thoughtseize their first threat, that'd be great. Okay, they do have a creature. That's not the scariest, though. You draw High Tide, alright. We'll Thoughtseize on 1. Oh, no. This is going to be really bad. Red Elemental Blast is great against us. Sulfuric Vortex is powerful but slow. But I think we have to take the Rabble Master, because that represents the most, just the fastest damage. This will hopefully let us buy a bit more time. But that's a good hand. Wouldn't mind drawing a burn spell for this. Okay, tapped land, pass. Do they have the land for the Vortex? Really hope not. Bummer. Yeah. Oh, they level up the Figure of Destiny. Weird. Okay. Good draw. Okay, let's cast that. We're discarding Spellseeker for sure. It's really weak against the Red Elemental Blast. I think we just discard both of our blue cards. This clogs up the board fairly well. They can still play Sulfuric Vortex, which does put us on a clock. Caught the Hammer. That seems fine. Do they then minus to play Sulfuric Vortex? No, that seems weak, so they're probably plussing. We'll just chump block with an Elemental. We could quadruple block to kill this, but that doesn't seem worth it. Oh, interesting. Okay. This is fine. Dak Faden. Okay, I'm going to play the Dak and loot, which will fill the graveyard. Okay, let's discard I think Creeping Tar Pit Mountain, and then we'll play Watery Grave because I want to have islands in play. Do we want to hit the Koth for 1? I don't think so. I'll just pass. And then we can Vampiric Tutor for Lion's Eye Diamond potentially, or for Frantic Search. Frantic Search Underworld Breach is good. Okay, they kill our thing. That's fine. But now their Red Elemental Blast is gone. All right, let's block. Then they're going to play Vortex probably. Okay, so let's do some math here. Do we get another turn? We go to 12 here. We don't need to Vampire Tutor now. We can take a draw step because we have Manamorphose to draw whatever we tutor for. Prismatic Vista is a bad draw. Okay, so if we pass back to them, they have Fire Blast our face for 4, plus Koth hit us for 4 is 8. Sulfuric Vortex puts us to 2, and then so we could not Vampiric Tutor if we want to do that. So I think we need to go for it. So if we're going for it now, our life total doesn't matter. We need to make sure we don't go to 4, but we can afford to pay 2 for Vampiric Tutor twice and play Prismatic Vista. So I'm going to fetch first. Then Vampiric Tutor for LED. Is Frantic Surge better, actually? We don't have enough mana for Frantic Search. Right, we don't, yeah, I don't think we have enough mana for Frantic Search. Because we've already played lands, that would require us to, I guess we could play Frantic Search first. Wait, okay, this is so hard. So if we play Manamorphose, draw the Frantic Search. We have 4 mana available. We play Frantic Search, still have 4 mana available. Then we can play Breach. Yeah, that should work. Okay, let's get Frantic Search. And we'll play Manamorphose. Blue, red, draw Frantic Search. Play Frantic Search. Discard 2 lands, untap 2 lands, or 3 lands. Then we need a way to make 1 more mana. So we need to find like a Dark Ritual or something, but we have a couple looks. So we can play Underworld Breach. And now, if only we had a way to draw 1 card. Oh, wait. Oh, no. We're really, really close to being able to win here easily. If we can find Lion's Eye Diamond or Dark Ritual, we can win. We can play Manamorphose. If we Vampiric Tutor, we have no way to draw the card. So we need to play Manamorphose and find Dark Ritual. We get a couple looks with Manamorphose to find something that generates mana. Deluxe out 3 lands. Make black red. Manamorphose. This time we'll make... So we can play Expressive Iteration, which gives us 3 looks, but let's go for 1 more of these first. On black red again. Dark Ritual? Ah, no. Okay, now we play Manamorphose again, but this time we need to add blue-red for iteration to dig 3 cards deep. So if we play Iteration, we're hoping to hit specifically Lion's Eye Diamond. If we play Brainstorm first, that doesn't work. We could also Metamorphose one more time, but then we have to lose our graveyard. So I think we're going to go for the Iteration. We get 3 looks to find Lion's Eye Diamond. It really sucks that we don't have one more mana. But I think I guess we could play Brainstorm, which also lets us see 3 new cards. And it costs 1 less mana. We could also Metamorphose one more time first to dig 1 extra card, but then even if we hit Lion's Eye Diamond, we can't necessarily get there. So I think we need to Brainstorm here. And we need to hit Lion's Eye Diamond. No LED. Okay, does that mean we just die? We got such a high storm count, but we could not quite finish the job. We can Chain Lightning the Koth, but that doesn't do it, so yeah, we die. So Hearts, maybe we could have won if we had gotten Lion's Eye Diamond instead of Frantic Search. I mean, yeah, we are dead here. Man, we drew through so much of our deck. We just needed to find that Lion's Eye. Oh, it was literally 1 card deeper. No. Wow. So wait, actually, if we had played the Metamorphose first and exiled our Frantic Search, then we could have found the Lion's Eye Diamond. But we would have played Lion's Eye Diamond. We could have discarded our hand, gotten some mana. It's possible. Not really sure. Weird match, close match. I think this deck is great. Like, we were in games 1 and 3, we were very, very close and probably could have gotten there if I had played optimally. I'm very much not used to playing decks like this. So tough to fall there to mono red, but that is our worst matchup and we were still really, really close. I'll see you in round 2. All right, here we are for round 2 against Sav 15. We are on the play and good hand. We can keep this. Hopefully they're playing something nice and slow. We can go turn 3 Spellseeker for Expressive Iteration, then Iteration for value. Oh, whoops. Not cycling that. We'll be playing that. Ooh, that is not a slow start. All right, Yawgmoth's Will Lion's Eye Diamond in the hand. That's great. I think I'm going to Brainstorm and then shuffle away one of the cards with Spellseeker. I'll go back to Island, then we'll play Blackleaf Cliffs, Spellseeker. I don't know what this pause is. There's no way they make any play in their own end step here. So we'll play Blackleaf Cliffs, Spellseeker, grab Expressive Iteration. Then we have Iteration and Night's Whisper for power card draw to churn through our deck, maybe find Faithless Looting, and just make ourselves have a beefy graveyard for our Yawgmoth's Will turn. Could also get Faithless Looting, but I think I like Iteration a bit better here. Metalworker. That's a little scary. Galarian Academy. Okay, they're popping off over there. We'll see what they're ramping into. Hydroid Crisis for 2. Okay, that's not very scary. Okay, I think it's better to play Fable here. And we'll pass. Totally fine taking 2. Alright, this is where we're going to see what they have in their hand, what they've been holding. Metalworker reveals, hopefully not just like tons of stuff. If they have Mind Slaver, we just die. Okay, just a couple signets. Oh, dang. Well, that's unfortunate. If we had Underworld Breach, we could potentially win through this, but with Yawgmoth's Will plus LED, yeah, I mean that doesn't work. We need to wait at least 2 turns before we can do anything with that. So they're still holding an Orzhov Signet. Man, it's pretty rare that you pass with only 5 cards in hand after playing Upheaval. Alright, well, we'll play our tap land, go to discard a bunch of stuff. We'll discard Watery Grave, Island, Spellseeker, Iteration. I guess we could have also played Lion's Eye Diamond so we discard 1 fewer cards. But I think our plan is next turn to play Night's Whisper, LED. Big Krasis. Alright, so we take 2. Untap, draw. Let's play land. Night's Whisper. Alright, I think I will play LED. I wasn't going to until I saw the Faithless Looting, but that incentivizes us to have random cards in our hand. So the question is, can we wait 2 turns or just 1 turn? It's pretty unlikely we can pull it off if we go for it next turn, but if we wait 1 more turn, I think we can. So I think I'm going to risk it. If we can get Fable down first, it gives us so much more, just so much more resources. Like alternatively, we could go for it this turn. We play land, play Yawgmoth's Will, crack the LED to discard our hand, and replay LED. So we would have 6 mana. We'll see what they do here. Bummer. Okay. That's the reason not to play the LED. We got pretty punished there. And they have even more action. Okay, just sacking Sunbait Canyon. I'm happy to see that. 4 mana. Please just let me do my thing. I just want to storm over here. You're over there, like, bouncing all my lands, killing my artifacts. It's not cool, man. Okay, they make a food. So they have exactly lethal next turn. Yeah, they have exactly lethal if they use the Oko. But I don't think we can do it this turn, so we're going to have to just hope to get really lucky. We're going to play Fable of the Mirror Breaker, make a chump blocker, pass turn. If they can kill the Goblin Shaman, we die. But they're not playing colors that really have that good access to removal. Okay, they sack the Peatland. 7 men available, potentially more. Alright, we see their hand. If it's like a Walking Ballista, we're super dead. Sundering Titan also dead. Okay, they're just going to hard class Blightsteel Colossus. That's fine. That's definitely beatable. I mean, they're going absolutely off. They're hard casting Blightsteel Colossus, having already played Upheaval. It's turn 7. They have tons of extra mana. They're really popping off over there, but they just play Relic and pass. Their shields are down. We're going to go down to 4. Oh, wait, no, they haven't used their Oko yet. Oh, they steal our Goblin Shaman. Okay. So that takes us off of 1 mana. We get to untap. We get to use this. We're just hoping to find more sources of mana. Unfortunately, no luck there. Through the Breach. Oh, Underworld Breach. That is what we were looking for. That is great. How do we want to do this? Alright, I'm going to start with a looting to fill the graveyard more. Manamorphose is a good hit. I think I'm going to fetch a mountain, go down to 3. Again, just to make the graveyard bigger. And we'll play the Manamorphose for blue-red. And now we'll play the Breach. Play LED from the yard. Crack it for red. And we'll play from the yard again. This makes so much mana. Crack it for blue. Iteration. None of these are good at all. Dang. Okay, we'll go hand, bottom, exile. Faithless Looting. Exiling Knight's Whisper. Thoughtseize, Iteration. Okay, I think we might be in on Mind's Desire here. Let's discard these 2. We'll play this again. Crack it for black. We can afford to play looting to just mill 2. And if we hit tendrils, we just win. And otherwise, we'll just Mind's Desire for 1 more. Okay. And now we have exactly enough mana for Mind's Desire for our entire library. That's awesome. Okay, so we play Mind's Desire. Exiling 3 more cards. We're going to flip our entire library exactly. So we're guaranteed to find the tendrils. All right, sweet. So we could Inquisition of Kozilek them for 1 more storm, make sure they don't have any weird stuff, and then kill them. So we were able to overcome Blightsteel Colossus, Upheaval, Oko, tons of Tolarian Academy, Mishra's Workshop shenanigans. Pretty sweet. We're up a game here on the draw. I don't think we make any changes here. Yeah, let's run it back. Well, we have Lion's Eye Diamond, Yawgmoth's Will, and Breach. The upside of this hand is through the roof. But it doesn't do anything yet. I think I'm going to risk it. I wouldn't fault someone for shipping this, but if we find a red source in our first 2 draws, this hand becomes really, really good. Ledger Shredder, okay. Play Island and pass. Can we draw land? Yes. Next turn we can play Letter Shredder into Lion's Eye Diamond to connive and dig for more action. They play a Metalworker. That's scary. Okay, so Shredder, LED. Okay. Let's discard Dig Through Time because we're going to be using our graveyard for more important things. Then fetch Basing Mountain, play Faithless Looting. We'll discard Mind's Desire plus Yawgmoth's Will. No, I want to save both of these just in case. We'll pass. Now we'll see what they have. They got a lot of mana over there, probably. If they just upheaval all our stuff back, it'll be kind of annoying. Alright, Timeless Lotus into Coalition Relic. So they have tons of mana. Good draw. I think I'm going to play Metamorphose now, actually, so that we can trigger Connive. I just want to fill the graveyard. Abrade in response. Okay. Is Spellseeker better? Yeah, we can get Thoughtseize with that. Alright, we'll discard Tendrils. That's a good card to have in the graveyard. Thoughtseize you. Okay, their last card is just a land, so they are hoping to top deck something. We can hit them for 3, pass turn, and then potentially just kill them next turn. Okay, so what happens if we just go for the kill? I think we want to wait one more turn. Yeah, I'm going to play the Fable. That gives us a lot more resources. I think we could, like, maybe 40% to make it this turn, but I think we'll almost have, like, another turn. They could top deck exactly Upheaval, but if they don't top deck Upheaval, then we're almost guaranteed to be able to get it next turn. I think that's worth it. And even if they do Upheaval, okay, they're just playing a huge Hangerback Walker. That's fine. I think I will go for it here, though. I want to minimize their draws so they can't get too many looks at Upheaval. So which do we like better here, Breach or Yawgmoth's Will? I think, given that draw, I actually want Yawgmoth's Will more, I think. Because a lot of these cards in the... Yeah, okay. So we'll go... Yes, we'll discard Inquisition, Underworld Breach. We will attack with the Goblin Shaman and the Letter Shredder. I guess I'll just attack with everything. So we don't need that big of a Tendrils to kill them here. So we'll go land, ritual. Do we want to brainstorm or Yawgmoth's Will first? I think I will brainstorm first. Alright, then we will cast the Yawgmoth's Will. Cast LED. Crack it for... Anyway, let's cast Underworld Breach now. No, these things are getting exiled now because of Yawgmoth's Will. Okay, I think we're good here. We just need to make sure that we don't do anything weird with the mana. All right, they just conceded. Sweet. So I just wanted to make sure we had enough black, but I guess it wasn't even hard. We already had Storm Count 4, so we could just crack this for like blue, cast a couple cantrips, Manamorphose to get black, and then Tendrils them. All right, so we just crushed an artifact deck. I'll see you in the finals. All right, here we are for the finals against Space Time. We are on the play, and this hand's great. We'll keep. I don't think we're going to be Vampiric Tutoring anytime soon, but we'll play Letter Shredder on turn 2, Night's Whisper on turn 3, probably. Could just fire off the Night's Whisper too. No, let's Ledger Shredder into Lion's Eye Diamond to get Connive going. I just want to fill the graveyard, same as always. Okay, we'll discard. I think just the Vamp here. No, we'll discard High Tide. We're a long way away from High Tide being good. And then next we have Night's Whisper to dig for more mana. Mizium Mortars, that's annoying. That's one of the only cards that they could have had that would have killed that. Prismatic Vista, okay. So let's play Night's Whisper. Prismatic Vista and pass. Just hardcast a dude, okay. I'm gonna fetch this for a mountain so that we can play Iteration before playing a land. Okay, hand. Bottom, exile, we'll play tap land and pass, and then Through the Breach, Frantic Search is a really good combo, so I think we can probably win on our next turn if they tap out. If they don't tap out, are we just gonna jam it into open mana? No. I don't think it makes sense to jam here. We could Vampiric Tutor to find just Fable. I think we just want to untap though. See what we draw. Creeping Tar Pit. Okay, I'll just play land and pass. And then the turn before we go for it, I think I'm going to Vampiric Tutor for a Thoughtseize. Generate our face. Okay, we're getting a little low here. They're going to hit us down to 6. So Vampiric for Tutor for Thoughtseize no longer looks very appealing. I think we need to go for it this turn. So do we want a Vampiric Tutor at all? I don't think so. I think we're just going to untap. Spell Pierce, that's a good draw. So let's start with Island, Frantic Search. All right, now we'll play Manamorphose, blue-red. I think I'm going to go for the Breach. If they have a counterspell, it's pretty bad, but we have Spell Pierce to fight through some counterspells. They have Mana Drain. Okay, that is quite bad. Is there anything we can do about this? No. We have one... Yeah, oh man, that's tough. So the only way we can win now is by finding Yawgmoth's Will. Unfortunately, Spell Pierce on this doesn't work. We can Vampiric Tutor, but we can't draw a card at instant speed. So we just need to let this resolve. If we could only find a way to draw this card, it would be fine. If we vamp for Echo of Eons, we could potentially keep comboing. We need to get really, really lucky with what we hit off of that, though. Unfortunately, we don't have enough mana for Mind's Desire. We could also just go for Dak. I think we need to play Dak. And steal their artifact and pass. And so now there's a good chance we die here. But but there's a way we win, which is for them to go for Dak Faden next turn. If they instead of hitting us down to 2, if they hit Dak Faden to kill him. Oh, okay. Oh wait, no, we're alive against this. Spell Pierce. And so if they hit us down to 2, we're in really bad shape. We basically just need to top deck Yawgmoth's Will. But we could also they also might have another burn spell. Minskin Boo. Okay, that does it. Man, if only it wasn't for the mana drain. Alright, so down a game to Temur. I think we'd run back the main deck. It sucks that they have, like, quick pressure plus counter magic is what we don't want to see, though. We had good card draw early, but I guess we were just all in on the Underworld Breach, and we only had one counter spell. Or we only had Spell Pierce, which wasn't quite enough. And we were a little bit short on Mind's Desire. Yeah, we were just all in the Breach. We needed this card to resolve very badly. Alright, we're on the play. We can keep this. Alright, we're just going to hold. I don't think we need to rush this Preordain into play. Walking Blister for 1 is not scary. Do we put the shields down? I think the answer is yes. They could get us here, but we haven't seen anything that's terrible, and this lets us develop. So we're going to grab Expressive Iteration. Pass turn. And next turn we can Iteration with Spell Pierce up. Mox Jet into opposition. Huh. Okay. They probably tap Watery Grave here. Oh, did they go for the mountain? I guess they know about the iteration. So let's Preordain. I think I'm going to bottom both of these. Find Fable, okay. We'll play Island, hit for 1 and pass. Oh no. Okay, that's worst case scenario. We had Spell Pierce up, but they played a really good threat that we can't pierce. They're going to get to tap all 4 of our lands now. So we just need to hope to find a bunch more lands. Non-traditional opposition colors, but opposition is great with Pete and Kieran Lar. Play land and pass. If we ever are able to get to a point where we have enough mana to cast Yawgmoth's Will, we're just going to go for it. But that is pretty unlikely. They have an iteration of their own. It's very hard to see a way that we win without them playing extremely sloppily. They hit island. Even if they don't play another creature here, they can hold us back. They also could just have mana drain or something. Alright, they cast another dude, so now they can tap 5 lands. Right, I'm just gonna keep on putting lands into play. Hardcast Fury to kill Spellseeker, alright. But yeah, I think that they're going to be able to get us here. This is not the best content for the last game, I'm afraid to say. We're just sitting here not casting a single spell. We have Manamorphose. I don't think we cast that now, though, because we need to be able to cast that to make red mana, or like black mana for Yawgmoth's Will, if we can get there. If Yawgmoth's Will was an instant, we could win here. But they're just not letting us have a single mana source. It's very frustrating. Alright, pass turn. Is this lethal? No. Oh, it probably is with P and Kiernalar. Yeah, they put us to 4 and then they can kill us. Okay. We could have easily won if we were ever able to have a turn, but yeah, weird game, frustrating game. So that's Storm. That's why I don't like playing Storm. But let's pull up decklist. All right, so we were playing Grixis Storm, and in a lot of ways, this was a strong deck. We had Underworld Breach and Yawgmoth's Will to get good redundancy from the graveyard. We had Thought Seize and Inquisition for cheap, and Spell Pierce for cheap interaction. Lion's Eye Diamond makes tons of mana with both of those. So does Frantic Search. We had Tendrils. We didn't have Brain Freeze. Brain Freeze would have been really nice for this deck. But yeah, so that was the good of the deck. The bad is that Storm is just not a good deck. Even when you have this combo that can win fairly consistently on like turn 4, turn 5, through a lot of disruption, like Monored's going to be a tough matchup because they're so fast. And then if they're able to like counter our key spells or just like deny us mana, then that's going to be too bad. We did get to do the thing a few times. We got to really storm off, demonstrate the capability of this deck. But and like maybe this is a decent deck that trophies like at least 30% of the time. I think definitely you want to dodge aggro. That second matchup, we could beat that deck often. Opposition is not something I was expecting, and you know, opposition is just like sort of a different type of thing. Sometimes you just lose to that card and there's not much you can do. A pretty frustrating league, frankly. Round 2 was fun, but I feel like there were just like frustrating things going on in a lot of the rounds, and that's part of why I don't like Storm. It's just so common for that to happen. But we did get a couple really, really sweet games where we did the thing. So here's Storm. You saw why I don't like to play it, but it can get some wins. You can do some really cool stuff from time to time. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.